Hey guys, welcome back. This weekend we have a big one, the Battle of the Underdogs. We know these two always get it up when they do fight against each other in this game. It's going to be a very hot day in Kimberley, 35 degrees Celsius, a little bit windy, but yeah, it's a hard field. Usually the Griquas have a little bit of an advantage on that field itself and in the heat as well. Yeah, it does look that conditions does favor them a little bit. Going on the history, also a little bit favorites the Griquas in this situation. Going on last week's results as well, the Griquas almost upset the Blue Bulls in that game and almost beat them. I thought at a moment in that game they would have beat them, but at the end of the day, they didn't get it right. The Pumas, they were totally outplayed in the first half by the Cheetahs. But second half, I think they went a little bit better. They sorted out their defense a little bit more. And then they actually attacked a little bit better. And actually fought a little bit back. But they still lost by far. I thought the Griquas front row did well last week. They were outplayed a little bit. The Pumas, their front row were a little bit more outplayed by the Cheetahs in that game. They did make a change. They did bring Vestart in number 2. The Griquas are unchanged for their whole starting team. The Pumas, they have a couple of injuries. Their captain and their vice captain is injured. So in number 4 and 5 changed with Leroux Roots. He's injured. He was the stand-in captain last week when the captain did go off the field. So he is out this week as well. That's a big ball carrier missing for them. Janse van Vieren, he is in as captain. He's actually captaining against his previous team that he has captained before. The locks for the Griquas, I thought, did well last week. They really put some pressure on the Bulls. So yet again, I think the Griquas might have an edge there. The loose forward battle though, the Pumas, they did step up their game in the second half with the loose forwards, and now they made a couple of changes. Willie Engelbrecht, boy, that's a big guy, isn't he? And he's quite physical, likes to get into the thick of things. I think moving him to 7 is probably the right call. Bringing in Jandre Rudolph to get his ball carrying ability as well, and him going over the ball as well, trying to steal it. So I think that's a good move from them. The loose forwards from the Griquas, they were busy against the Bulls, but probably less busy than the Pumas versus the Cheetahs. Then we get to the number 9s, that mulleted wonder number 9, Zach Berger. He was very busy for the Griquas. I thought he played really well. Gunter Schmitz for the Pumas, he also played pretty well. Eddie Fushia, I was actually pretty impressed with him for the Pumas going into the latter stages of the game, not in the start of the game. He's up against George Whitehead. That guy can kick. He's very good. I did say last week he's probably a like-for-like comparison to Mornay Steyn. And yeah, he kind of did his thing. He's very good with the ball in hand, or passing the ball, not really running with the ball. He's a good playmaker, good kicking at the goals as well. A couple of cross kicks as well. Then going into the center pairing, Andre Swartz and Marlon Klaassen, they fought well going up against the Blue Bulls. But the Blue Bulls, they also had a little bit of a mix with their center pairing. So yeah, you don't know how that's going to go. But the Pumas, they also had to shift their center pairing again. Van der Bank, he moves from number 13 to number 12. Cronje, he comes in to number 13. All these changes in the Puma team doesn't help me a lot because I'm trying to learn all these players. But if they change it every week like they did in this situation, it's going to be difficult to actually learn all of them. But the guys that is still there, I think it's good calls from Jimmy Stonehouse. The guys that are still in the team did play well last week. Going out to the wingers for the Griquas, I think Kasende, he was a very busy guy coming into the game the whole time. Verity Am, he scored 2 tries for the Griquas. He was actually not that busy in the start of the game, but later on he actually got the ball a little bit more. Anthony Formink and Devon Williams, they are 2 very busy guys for the 2 teams. 2 fullbacks that like getting the ball, running with it, stepping a couple of guys. So I think those are going to be very important guys in this game. I can't wait to see it because these are the 2 underdogs in the competition, and they always want to actually get the win over the other team. Playing at home though, the Griquas will probably favor themselves to get the win. Only one change on the bench for the Griquas, with Beerwinkel coming in at number 17. The rest of the reserves for the Griquas actually closed out the game pretty well for the Griquas. They just lost it at the end against the Bulls. The Pumas, they made a lot of changes again on their bench as well. Neil Marais, I was impressed with him when he came on in the game. I think he came on at center, at inside center. He was pretty good. The game actually changed around a little bit when he came on. I think that two playmaker thing worked for them pretty well. So guys, it is a difficult call to make. Yet again, I don't know the Pumas too well yet. I'm starting to learn the Griquas, so it's a difficult call. I do think the Griquas are favorites, being at home, being in the heat as well, being on that very, very hard field as well. So I would call the Griquas by 7, but it could go either way in this one. Guys, remember to hit the subscribe button if you do like the channel. Also, I have started a Patreon page for anyone that wants to support the channel. Big Wall, thanks for being the first one. Cheers.